You're not going to level up and boss up. You're going to stay stagnant, and you're going to manifest more of those sad feelings. That's the last thing that you can do. Welcome guys, my name is Jazan and welcome to Pink Diamond in the Rough. This is a channel where being authentic to yourself and normalizing being authentic to yourself. I have a list of things that I have prepared so that I don't just ramble and say a lot of things without being concise. I chose today's topic based off of something I was going through personally recently, and I think that this topic is something that a lot of people are becoming more aware of. Okay, so we have detachment. Knowing your worth is important. So I have a few key points that I want to go through, and this is just going to help us and guide us. My advice is basically my experience, so at the end of the day it's based on personal experience. I have still a lot to learn. I am only 25, so at the end of the day there is so much more for me to learn, but what I have learned so far I hope I can share with you and make the experience that I went through worthwhile. Before I go into what my life looked like when I didn't want to detach, I'm gonna just mention what detachment is when I learned what it is, okay? When I learned what detachment is, I learned that it's basically letting go. Just letting go and believing, okay? I'll speak a bit more about that later on. Letting go of the situation, people, places and things, okay? When we speak about people, we're speaking about people that are just not of good to us. Maybe they used to be, but not anymore. Places, it could be a place you go to that causes you to be less authentic to yourself. You know, it could be a friend's house, a workplace that you just don't gel with anymore, a thing, you know, our cell phones, a car, a house that we are so attached to. This applies to all of it. At the end of the day, detachment is about letting go and making yourself feel more at ease and not putting so much energy into something that you have no control over anymore. Okay, so that's what I believe detachment is. What my life looked like when I didn't want to detach was basically I was going through a situation, a 4-year-long relationship. We stayed together at one point at another place. There was a lot of preparation from my end for our future. I was so focused on the outcome and how it was going to end up like. When I think about my situation and how I handled it towards the end, where it became really bad, I took a real good look at what was going on. I was taking note of how people were treating me. I was taking note of how I felt, and I was taking note of how everything was working either towards me or against me. And I thought a lot about what was happening. I wasn't just reacting. I really just took the moment to take it all in. And a lot of the times my self-worth was at play. I didn't have a lot of self-worth back then because my relationship was quite toxic. Not at the beginning. At the beginning it was lovely. It was, you know, honeymoon phase, whatever. So you don't really see this happening until it really, you know, sometimes we just want to make things work because we invest so much. Imagine investing 100,000 rand, dollars, whatever it is, and you find that you got nothing out of it. In my case, I learned a lot about myself. So basically what detachment, when I didn't want to detach, looked like was a lot of chaos came up, a lot of drama, a lot of lies, cheating, even betrayal. All these things came up, and there was nothing left for me to do but let go of the situation. Now, in detachment in a relationship, detachment in leaving a relationship, detachment in friendship, detachment in workplace, you have to discern what exactly you are trying to let go of. Is it the feeling? Is it the people? Is it the thing? because there's different levels of detachment when it comes to your personal life, and you will feel when things are just not right anymore. Okay, I wish I could be there and help you, but I can't. I can only give you so much information because this is what I went through. I can't tell you anything different. The next thing that detachment looked like for me was I had to make a decision. Okay, I had to make a decision. I was trying my best to stay in this relationship because I had a 2-month-old baby, and she wasn't coping. I saw a lot of things happening. She was just not doing well within this environment that I created. I allowed her to be in, and I realized that it's my decision to change this. Otherwise, it's just going to get worse. Okay. Okay, back to the point. So I had to make that choice. Okay. Sorry, I just had to change my lighting because it's getting late and the sun is going away. So what was happening was I had to decide if this was going to be something I wanted myself and my daughter to be in, and I had to make that choice. Plus, there were so much things that were showing up that just didn't gel with me anymore. Okay, so that's what detachment looked like, or not detaching looked like for me. It was hard because everything came crumbling down basically, and I had to just take things for what it was. I couldn't say, well, because he's this, or maybe because he's this. No, I had to really evaluate everything. It was hard, but was I gonna take this that was hard forever, the relationship, or was I gonna take the hurt and heal afterwards? You know, that's what I really told myself. I know that a wound will heal if you stop poking at it and you stop touching it. And I was touching it too much. I didn't want it to heal. I wanted to fix it myself, but I had to let it go, to let it heal. And now today I'm in a different place, which I'm very grateful for. The next thing is cutting people out of my life. Cutting people out of my life was one of the best things I've done for myself and my little family, my daughter. It was a lot of thinking, a lot of questioning, a lot of crying, because I didn't want to be the bad guy. I never want to be the bad guy. I never want to be the one that brings hard news to someone. I never want to be that person. So it took me a while to really understand what was going on, but I always kept in mind that whatever is happening, if it's happening for my highest good, it should make me feel good and safe, you know. Imagine a baby that is in distress. Do you think that's good for them, whatever's happening around them? No. So I really started to think of myself more and start focusing on what I'm worth, because I didn't deserve what was going on, in my personal opinion. Obviously, I chose a lot of things, but what was happening was so harsh, it was bad. If we think about how hectic things can be in life, it's not always forever. So it's just about choosing what you want for yourself. Okay? So, cutting people out of your life. Whether it's a toxic family member, whether it's a toxic friend that you know for 20 years, whether it is a person that is not even physically around you anymore, but they are saying things to you, they are making you believe certain things. The choice is yours. Because if the dirt that you have in your house, in your dirt bin, is stinking up the place, are you going to leave it there and let it just stink up the place more? No. You're going to take it out. You're not going to think twice about bringing that dirt back in. That's just what it is. It seems very harsh. Even I didn't want to believe that I was cutting these people off. I had to involve my parents. I had to involve meeting up in places where public places so that we don't have fights. It was that bad. Whatever you do it for you to feel happy, content, and comfortable. If these things aren't fitting with you, it's not working for you, then cut it out. Take the trash out, take the dirt out. That's all you have to do. Okay, so cutting people out of your life is crucial if you personally believe that you are a high value person. When I speak of a high value, I'm talking about someone that, whether you are poor, rich, famous, unknown, high value doesn't come from what you physically have. High value comes from how you carry yourself, what you believe you deserve at the end of the day. So it really comes back to self-worth. This is why the whole point of this video is about knowing your worth. Okay, a lot of people will tell you you are wrong for cutting out people. At that point in time, go with your gut. Please don't listen to people and let them tell you what to do. Listen to yourself. Listen to your own gut, your heart, your mind, your heart. This is all you need to make the decision. Don't listen to Auntie Maggie. Don't listen to Uncle Gerald. Sorry, whoever has an auntie or an uncle named Gerald or Maggie. Don't listen to them. Don't listen even to your parents. And I say this with all the respect. Listen to your heart of what you know is right. Now, when I speak about knowing what's right and listening to your heart, don't go off of, oh, but they love me. No. Go off of the logical thing that corresponds to your heart and knowing that that's right to do. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, the next point. Oh, the next point. I feel like I'm not really living this moment, but I feel like I'm kind of getting healed as I speak more about this. By the way, this is the third time I'm recording this because I wanted to make this feel good. You know, I wanted to really make this feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. So I really took the time to figure out what I'm saying, not just so that people can feel offended, but for people to really get helped and a word of encouragement, which is all I'm here to do. Okay, so the next point I want to make is the fear of the unknown. This is the most scary thing. And when I speak about scary, I'm talking about, imagine a black hole. You have no idea what's on the other side, right? The fear of not knowing anything is more damaging than the actual unknown. Okay, the fear of it is more damaging. Now, I want to say this. When it comes to the fear of the unknown or not knowing what's coming next, same thing. It's basically not trusting, not having a vision for yourself. Now, if we're going from, for example, a toxic relationship where we want to leave, or we want to leave a certain job because it's not serving us anymore, or we want to leave a certain school, a certain university, a certain friend group, we want to leave. What is the next thing that you have to do? You don't just leave and leave without the intention of for your highest good. Leave and know what you want to do next. It's a bit difficult because you just came from being either hurt, betrayed, either cheated on. You basically have been wounded. So in that aspect, I want to say that the fear of the unknown is more linked to not believing, not having faith that the next thing that will happen will be good for you. Even that bad relationship, even that toxic school, even that toxic parent, whatever it is, there's good that came out of it. Okay, there is good that came out of it. Now, whether you want to believe everything happens, all bad things happen to you, or why does this always happen to me, whatever the case is, nothing is meant to hurt you without any reason for you to rise above it after. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. So funny. So everything really does happen for a reason, even the bad in your life. Now, this is a thing that I've lived by from I was a little baby. I believe that everything happened for a reason, and I generally, detaching was very normal for me in some aspects. When someone passed and I was really attached to them, it was very difficult. Even today, I still try to learn that, I have to detach from people that pass because they are not here with us anymore. So I imagine holding on to a relationship that's not here for you anymore. That person has gone and moved on. There's no purpose that it serves for you anymore. What do you hold on to? Bits and pieces. self-worth is the big thing in this whole situation. And self-worth is gonna bring you that happiness, knowing what you want and you need from life. Once you know what it is, what you want, believe that it's gonna come. Like, I don't care what you believe in, whether you are Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever the case is, have faith in what you are believing in. It's hard sometimes, it really is. It's tough. It's almost depressing. If not depressing, it is most likely depressing. I just want to encourage you to push forward. Whatever the situation may be, it might not be a hectic situation, but it might be really heavy on your shoulders and your heart. And we are here to deal with emotions, to deal with these things. We are not here to just make money and to be the best salesman or the best whoever that we want to be. We are here to experience these things. So experience it and then try to move on. Learn that these things are only temporary, as everything is temporary, you know. Don't hold on to something that you know is not helping or even good for you anymore. The fear of the unknown is basically not trusting in the new future that you have, or if you want to say not the new future, but not trusting in what the Almighty has for you next. You know, I don't want to speak about religion because we will be speaking about this for a long time, and also it's a very sensitive topic because we all come from different religions, and there's a big reason why this is so. I'm not going to speak much about that, but anyway, just have faith and believe that there's more for you. Believe that this is not the end all. Believe that there is no reason for you to suffer and no reason for you to hurt. Whether it's you're going to have heartaches and breaks, but it's more about taking yourself and knowing that, you know, I'm me, and no matter what happens, I got me, and the Almighty got me. You know, that's basically it. No matter what you want to say, you are alive because of a higher source, of a higher reason. You know, so believe in that. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I really hope it makes sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, so believing and having faith. Okay, when we speak about belief, just believe and have faith. I don't know how to teach you to believe and to have faith, but just to take note of what's happening and understand that everything around you is happening for your highest good. Now, the world is really bad, so my situation might be like very like airy-fairy, and it might seem very, how can I say, not as bad, you know. But I want to remind you that no matter what you're going through, believing is the key to your success, the key to your dreams. So believe in whatever it is, believe that you can get out, believe that there is more to what you are going through at that very moment. Dream bigger. And of course, with the Almighty, you will have seen the evidence that there is better out there, okay? So yeah, just believe. I don't know how else to say it, because it took me a long time to believe. That's why I was stuck in it for about 4 years. But the things will just start adding up, or things just won't add up anymore because of how bad it is. The next thing, or the thing that I want to advise, is after I learned that I had to detach, I started focusing on myself. Okay, so it's a bit difficult to just throw yourself into, you know, something new, because it's fresh. You know, we just had been exhausted from being in this situation, you know, whether it's a fight with a friend or a long relationship that you had. You are exhausted, you are wounded, you just came out of a battle, you're strong for that. So cut yourself some slack and, you know, pat yourself on the back and say, I'm good, I'm doing good. Every day you are doing good, because every day you really are just trying your best, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so what I want to speak about right now is basically focusing on yourself. I come from the industry of beauty. Okay, I've been in beauty for about 8 years. That's so horrible. I couldn't count how long. My brain is like broken at this point. I've been in the industry for about 8 years. I used to work in a spa, so my self-image was always constantly evaluated. Constantly. If I didn't come to work with makeup, warning blue. If I didn't come to work with my hair proper, they're either gonna question you or they're gonna give you a warning. Maybe not a warning, but like I have to make sure that I was, together. So focus on yourself. Okay, so my self-image is what knocked got the biggest knock. Well, not really. Okay, maybe. My mental health, my emotional health, and my physical appearance, like in a car accident basically. My hair started breaking off. My skin, I don't know what was happening. I was turning like very, very dark, and not in a healthy way. I was like, my skin looked almost like it was busy dying because of how I was neglecting myself. It wasn't until I looked in the mirror and I said, wow, I was losing a lot of weight. My cheekbones were like sky high, higher than what they are now. I was losing a lot of weight, which was a big thing for me because it was really not my vision of what I thought my beauty standard was. We all have different beauty standards, and that's okay. So let's not focus too much on that. So what I want to basically say is that once you go through these things and you want to really detach, focus on yourself, what you want to look like now. You're starting this new chapter over, and you have this opportunity to basically recreate your image, recreate who you are. A lot of people will be like, girl, where did you come out of? Or guy, where did you come out? Like, this guy's hair's on the blue now, or this girl just dyed her blonde, which is very common when you're going through a drastic change. You change your hair color, normally blonde. Do what you need to do, but feel it inside. Feel that this is the right thing to do. I started looking after my skin. I started looking after my teeth even. I started looking after my hair because my hair broke off here. Like broke off. I had to cut it off. And I was trying to grow my hair out at the time. So I started looking after my hair. I took start from scratch and cut my hair. Well, not from scratch, but like from here, which was quite short, I think. Yeah, it was quite short. And it might seem very superficial, but this is where you're gonna build the confidence to take on this new lifestyle. You know, they say new me, new hair, new life. That's what most people say. It really is about changing yourself, because now you have removed and detached, right? The person that you were when you were attached was either stressed, always upset, maybe not even happy, maybe not even wanting to be around. So when you start this new journey, when you detach, you basically starting a new journey, for yourself. So your self-image is so important, because this is now where you get to redirect how people view you. Your self-image, the way you're gonna speak, what you say out loud is gonna matter. It doesn't matter what people think about you, but it matters how you present yourself to the world. And it really does matter, because confidence is built from that. When you don't recognize the person that you look like when you were attached, and you look different after you have detached, that's a massive light bulb moment. Like, wow, I really changed. I don't feel like you really start releasing that heaviness, that energy that you've just been carrying this whole time. So for me, self-worth, I started off with my appearance, which is something I always encourage everyone to do. It doesn't mean you have to go to a salon and go do your nails every month. It doesn't mean that you have to now go buy the most expensive creams and lotions and things to help you. It's about gradually getting yourself to a point where you love yourself again. Because if you were so attached to something, chances are you were not in love with yourself. You were not loving yourself hard enough to know that can go. Because I got me, and that's all I need. Everyone else is an addition. You are the main prize. That's what it is. Woo! I feel so good just saying this out loud, even though like a couple of months back I was like, oh, I'm so scared. Fun fact, the day I decided to leave that relationship, it was on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Okay, now people are gonna be like, oh, that's crazy, but actually Friday the 13th on January 2023 was the day that Miley Cyrus released the song Flowers. Now if you know anything about the song, about flowers, she speaks about how her ex has done her wrong and how she can basically pick herself up again because she has her. And that was like so fitting for me because that's exactly what I needed at that time. Now, I only found out about the song like 3 days later. And by then I already decided that I'm leaving, I'm done. And when I found out about this song, I was like, what? This is crazy. Like I felt like I was on top of the world just because what I did for myself and for my baby and for my future, it was confirmed through knowing that everything's gonna be okay. Everything is going to be okay, even if it gets hectic, even though it gets crazy. The decision I'm making is for me to feel okay, for me to feel good and happy. So yeah, that is a fun fact for me. Okay, the last but not least thing I want to say, which seems obvious but not a lot of people realize this. I really want to take a breath before I say this. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm gonna say this slowly. Okay, I'm gonna say this slowly and clearly. What you believe in will become your reality. If you believe, it's gonna be your reality, okay? So, let me say this. When you have now learned to detach and you have let go of this whole situation, right? What I want to ask you to do is to really believe in your plan. Really believe in what you know the Almighty, God, Universe, Allah Ta'ala, whatever you want to believe that this is what's going to happen. I have a vision for myself and my daughter. At this point in time, it's a bit far-fetched, but I'm working every day. Alhamdulillah, I'm working every day towards it. And a lot of people might not see the progress that I've made, but it's not for them to know or for them to even care about. You are the one that is going through this. Don't stop thinking that people's opinions about yourself is more important than what you think about yourself. What you think about or how you see yourself is so important. And if you don't think that you are valuable, let me give you an example, right? Everyone's value is different. This is why we have different people. If everyone was valued, thinking that they were valued at being a billionaire, millionaire, we would all be billionaires, we would all be millionaires. But we don't all believe that for ourselves, okay? If I had to believe that after I've now detached from that toxic relationship, and I believe that the same thing is going to happen to me the next relationship that I start, what was the use of leaving then? You're basically asking for part 2. You're asking for a continuation of what you just went through. I mean, you didn't learn the lesson. You didn't learn that through your hardships and your heartache and your stress and your sacrifice, you didn't learn that those things are not for you. Because when you said, I'm okay with this, when you said, yes, I'm going to stay in this relationship because I love him, this is what you are accepting and this is what you are going to attract. I always believed that marriage and real love was not for everyone. I believed when I was younger that I was going to be a single mother. Crazy, because today I am a single mother. That's what I did believe for. This is what I believed for the longest time. My parents are happily married. Alhamdulillah. Happily married. Okay. They are married for almost 30 years. And the relationship that they have was an example to me, but it always seemed so unreal. Yes, they had fights. Yes, they had arguments. I mean, they are normal. And maybe before I was born, they even had more arguments because they were less experienced in the relationship. But the whole thing, the whole point of it all was that I viewed my parents' relationship as one in a million, that I wasn't going to get that. Because there were so many other people that were going through divorce. There were so many people who were having their partners, be unfaithful to them. A topic for another day, and not something I really want to go into. It's really about what I believed for myself. And I had a serious talk with my mother. I will never forget that day. I had a serious talk with my mother when I was 17 years old. It was a Thursday afternoon or something like that. I came from school. And I think my mother asked me, no, I don't think she asked me. I said to her, Mommy, I think we were talking about a boy or something that she thought I liked. I don't know what the case was, but I think she thought I was dating someone. And I mean, at 17 years old, I was grade 12. I wasn't allowed to date. So for me, and I never dated before. I was really scared of dating and even being a part of someone else and how things can be. Anyway, I was 17 years old, and I said to my mother, I do not want to get married. I want to live alone. I want to be on my own. If I can travel and see the world on my own pace, that is amazing. If I can't have a baby, I will adopt. I still believe in that because there's so much beautiful babies out there that don't have a family. Point is, I believed that I was going to attain those things. No matter what I said, I believed that for myself. And at the end of the day, it really was what I manifested, whatever you want to call it. Because I believed for a long time that was what I was worth. I am truly grateful for my parents. They are the most beautiful souls I've met. I've gotten a lot of life lessons from them from a young age, and I'm truly grateful for everything that they have gone through and what they instilled in me. And now it's my turn to take what I've learned from them, rearrange it in myself and understand what it is, and then help my daughter as well, which I'm so excited for. So basically believing in what you want. Believe that you are worth a partner that will make you laugh, a partner that will make you happy, a partner that can fulfill the things that you know you cannot fulfill for yourself. What I want to leave you with is that your self-worth, what you believe in, and what you know you deserve, because you are a good person. You've worked hard. You have always been good to other people. Now, if you have not been if you have not been a good person, I can't speak for you. I try to be a good person every day. I really do try to be a good person. Some days not so much. Some days I'm like some days it gets like that. But then I try to bring myself back and just sit in it and be like, detach. Guys, know that you are worth so much more than what you think. You are always more valuable than what you think. I want you to understand that. Be authentic to yourself. If you love the color pink and you want to have a pink car, believe that that's what you want. Don't care what people say, because at the end of the day, they wish they can be authentic like you. That's why they are jealous. That's why they are hateful. Words I don't like to say. Jealousy, me. I don't believe anyone's jealous of me. I believe that people are hurt within and they project that. But I don't think anyone's jealous of me. Why would they be jealous of me? They have their own beautiful life inside of them. Like, if you only knew that, you would never ever spend a day jealous of anyone. Very seldomly I get jealous, and when I do, I say, halt, back up. What's going on here? So just remember, you are awesome. You are beautiful. Oh, you're just amazing. You are just amazing. And remember that no matter what you're going through right now or what you went through, everything is temporary and everything is working out in your favor. Guys, if this video was helpful in any way, I would love for you to like this video, subscribe if you want, but mainly if you think that someone learn from this or even hear this, share this video with someone that you think can really benefit from it. Okay, well, I think that's a lot for me to have said. I think I'm a bit out of breath. So guys, I love you lots. Have a beautiful, beautiful day further. And stay blessed. Okay. Bye.